Hi, I'm Christi Wong, and I would like to address this issue today. I'm burnout at work. And this is what I experienced in my mid-30s. Now, there are two kinds of burnout. One is due to long-term chronic mental stress, and the other one is due to emotional stress. We use frequencies to help you to overcome the feelings of burnout. For example, this set of programs here. Okay, now how do we use this? Activation. Activation is a program that you use when you feel unmotivated. That means you get up in the morning, you don't feel like going to work. When you're at the workplace, it takes a long time to get yourself to start working unmotivated. You lost your sense of passion for your work. You have no vision, as in you can't see where your work is leading you towards in the long term. So that is when you use activation. Now, positive thoughts is when you are negative about your work, when you start complaining about your bosses, your colleagues, the work that you're doing, your clients. So when you have a lot of negativity, you may want to quieten your mind with the positive thoughts. Balanced nerves is where all this related job trauma is actually saved or stored in the body. All right, so if you have fears, if you have worry about your future, if you are being bullied, harassed at work, okay, this is where you will use balanced nerve. Okay, and sometimes to take on the next step, like the other question addresses, should I change my job? There are people who complain about their job all year round. After 20 years, they're still there. So what kept them there is actually your nervous system. Okay, now fatigue. If you encounter fatigue, not sleeping enough, bringing your work home to do, working long hours and balancing your home life. So if you feel fatigue, this is to overcome your tiredness. And then you have exhaustion. It's often due to emotional stress, and it helps you to take away the energy drain that makes you feel extremely lethargic. Okay, and extreme tension here is when you face conflict at work, internal conflicts. Now, if you want to know exactly why you are facing the burnout, your emotions, and how to do emotional clearing, they have different kinds of databases that you can use here that analyze the actual emotions that you're going through. Bush, flowers, bud, flowers, creative, homeopathy, okay, courage. After you analyze, you get a report like this. Okay, the percentages here shows the actual intensity of your emotions. So it is like a meter to tell you how intense is your emotions. Are you very close towards depression? Okay, or are you just at the emotional level, normal emotions, but going through a lot of stress? So so for a percentage like 67, you're still okay. But for people who are severely depressed, the numbers may go up to 80%. All right, even 90%. So that is an indicator of your mental health. Okay, whether or not you need professional help, okay, or even medication, to balance all your negative thinking. All right, so then you can read exactly, for example, harmonization of stress pattern. So you can see here, suppression of self, of individuality. So if this is regarding your work, you probably feel either you are not expressing your talents, you're not assigned the right kind of work, okay, or you have been suppressing your thoughts, your opinion, your views, within your team. Yeah, so you are not fully participating. Yeah, so you feel very suffocated within your organization. So this will also help you to know whether it's time to change your job or move to another environment. Okay, so assessment like this will give you a better indicator whether you are acting out of how to say defiance, all right, or whether it is a serious issue that you should consider a new environment. Okay, the aura here will actually show you why you have issues with, let's say, your superiors, with your colleagues, why you cannot voice out. Are there any insecurities? And sometimes, it is our subconscious mind that have adopted some of these working habits. For example, so it could be that the subconscious believe that it is normal to have to work hard and long hours. And how do you get this? From your parents. For example, when you're very young and you observe that your parents come home very late, okay, or have to take on multiple jobs to do. And as children, okay, we absorb everything, and therefore it goes into our subconscious and it controls us. It controls our behavior, and you will find why it is actually so difficult to actually get out of that pattern. Why can't I balance my work? The other questions that we wanted to address is, should I change company or should I switch careers? I actually thought about this. Okay, what else can I do other than what I'm currently doing? Yeah, so am I willing to take a pay cut? Yeah, if you're exploring a spiritual path, or if you're exploring entrepreneurship, yeah, will you have the guts to actually make the switch? Now, a lot of people dare not make the switch. Why is that so? There are also people without the clarity. So when you have a lot of emotions, fear, worry, guilt, tiredness, exhaustion versus your current stability, safety, security, all these come into the picture because they interfere one another in how to get out of this situation. So we need clarity of mind. So in order to have clarity of mind, we use these kind of frequencies to help us to remove negative emotions that actually interfere with our thinking, that conflict us from within. So when we remove all these, let's say, repeating, looping thoughts that are interfering with your intuition, with your inner voice. The inner voice is very easily cancelled by all these other negative thoughts. Thalamus is where the emotions, the regulatory center of the emotions, where the amygdala is located. All right, so this is actually to calm the amygdala so that you can actually have better control of your emotions. Vagus harmony here, this is the part that causes us to freeze. Fear. Out of fear, we freeze. Okay, so that means when you want to tender your resignation, then your vagus nerve will tell you, okay, think about your family, think about your parents, think about your children, okay, and they will hold you back. So this is a way that the body is programmed to actually protect us, but sometimes it works against us. All right, so the vagus nerve, by vibrating the program and frequency for the vagus nerves, so it helps to calm down your nerves, okay, so that you don't go into the freeze mode and therefore in the end get stuck because you dare not take action and you dare not take risk. Okay, so emotions here will help to actually clear those complaints, those unhappiness, imbalances that you have, and help you to be more emotionally stable. Now we have access to many of these spectacular, amazing tools that can actually help us. It allows us and open up the space, for the inner voice, for the intuition, for the higher self to actually surface and becomes louder than all the subconscious programming that you have, and all the other fears and all the other noise that comes from your surroundings. If you wish to understand more about how modern technology can help to improve our life and give us quality life, please feel free to get in touch with us, okay, with anyone who shared the video with you. Okay, so thank you so much for listening. I'm here to give you an alternative solution if you are looking for something.